everybody, welcome back to another match preview. We're here on Talking Wolves. My name is Dave and we're going to be previewing Wolves' home clash up against West Ham United. I hope you guys are doing very, very well. As always, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It really does help us out. But Wolves are at home again, back in the Premier League. And a midweek fixture, something that we've not really seen many of this season, if any. So after a draw against Sheffield United, I think Wolves will be keen to get back to winning ways up against West Ham, who have had a really quite strange season so far, quite inconsistent, but they got a huge win at the weekend to bounce them back up to 13th place in the league. So we're going to be talking about them, a little bit about Wolves and so on. We'll start with that game against Sheffield United, though. It was a strange game. Wolves didn't quite do enough to win it. I don't think Sheffield United did enough to win it. So a draw was probably the fair result. But at times I felt like Wolves could have played and performed a lot better in certain areas. And that's what I'm hoping to see as a fan, see Wolves improve on. I think the defensive positioning at times was so shaky. And probably you'd expect that from maybe the left-hand side where Max Kilman was playing, with it being his first Premier League start. But believe it or not, it was more Cody and Dendoncker on the right-hand side really just seemed to struggle. They got sucked in quite a lot, and it did almost cost us at times. But nonetheless, it's going to be an interesting game for sure. Wolves on great form at the moment, 9 unbeaten. If we get anything out of this game, it'll be 10 matches unbeaten in the Premier League, which for me is a fantastic achievement by Wolves. It really shows, how difficult we are to beat. I think the amount of losses, we lost 3 games in about 24, 25 games, which is an unbelievable achievement, and we're showing how good we can be. We can churn out results even when the fitness levels aren't quite there and we're struggling. But a couple of days rest for Wolves, of course, going into this game, and then we've got another few days rest before the game against Brighton as well on Sunday. But West Ham United, as I was saying, it's been a strange old season for them so far. Before their victory against Chelsea, they went on 3 straight defeats, including a massive defeat to Burnley, 3-0. Of course, Jose Mourinho's debut game for Spurs, they lost out in that game, 3-2 as well. So I think if Wolves can start off strongly, West Ham are very, very vulnerable. They're having their own goalkeeping issues at the moment. Obviously, Lucas Fabianski, who's out injured at the moment, he was probably their star player last year when we played them. Roberto just doesn't look any good, their sub-keeper. When I watched him, I just think I think he's dreadful. I don't know what's going on there. And then obviously they've got David Martin, the third choice, who came in on Saturday, to be fair, his first game, and kept a clean sheet. So I'd assume he'll get the nod again on Wednesday. But I think Wolves really need to start maybe just trying their luck a little bit more, try and test that goalkeeper, because they do look very, very shaky. They're not really experienced at this top level. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes on that front anyway. Of course, last season we played West Ham in a midweek fixture as well, and we were unbelievable. Fabianski, as I said, kept them in that game, but that was such a great performance. And it starred Mr. Raul Jimenez, who is on fire at the moment. Sometimes, I think especially last year, I think I underappreciated Raul Jimenez a bit, but this year he has been unbelievable. We spoke about it a little bit on the last Talking Wolves podcast, just about him as a player. And I think this year he's boasted different attributes in him that I've not seen before. His heading has been unbelievable. Some of the headers that he scored, Arsenal, Braga as well, just in general, even against Sheffield United, he had a great chance as well from a heading position. The way he can leap off the ground and still beat these tall defenders is fantastic, and he's been pivotal. And you can see his goal contributions, not just goals but assists as well this season, has been phenomenal. And he's been one of the players of the year, not just in England but in the whole world as a striker. He's up there. Obviously not on the calibre of some of the world-class strikers, but he's got to be up there as one of, with the contributions that he's got at an international level and a top level. Mate, he is a fantastic striker, and Wolves are very, very lucky to have him. In terms of West Ham, though, I think, Pellegrini's under a little bit of pressure there at the moment. I think that win against Chelsea earned him some huge points from the fans, but it's going to be another big, big test for him, and they're going to be under pressure straight away. If we can get under their skin early, I think that'll be great for Wolves. And we've got to make sure that the last couple of weeks, to be fair, we have been a first-half team. We have performed in the first half. Bournemouth, Braga. But against Sheffield United, it switched again, and we were the second half team. We had a shocking start in the first half. So I think we need a full 90, don't we, against West Ham? And if we can perform like we did against them last season, we've got the double, of course, over them. We've never beat them consecutively 3 times. So that is a huge task, and hopefully a record that can be broken as well. And West Ham have got a dreadful record against us away as well. So things bode well. A lot of it doesn't bode well for West Ham. And I'm really hoping that obviously Wolves can take advantage of that. Their star players, of course, Felipe Anderson on his day is a fantastic player. New signing, Sebastian Haller, the striker, a fantastic player as well. And I don't think they're quite firing as much as they would want. But West Ham are slowly, it'll be interesting to see if they can take that form from that game on Saturday against Chelsea into this game. But I think Wolves can still take positives out of their performance against Sheffield United as well. But there's a lot to be improved on as well. In terms of team lineup, it's going to be harsh, but I think it will revert back to the game, the lineup that we had against Bournemouth and Braga. Unfortunately, Max Kilman dropping out, although, as I say, it's extremely harsh on Kilman because I thought he was fantastic against Sheffield United. Probably actually the better of the three defenders. Being harsh maybe on a couple of them, but maybe being a bit harsh on Cody, but I think Kilman was great on Sunday. But I'm going to be harsh and him drop out. Romain Saiz come back in just to add that little bit of experience. But I think Kilman is a cert to start next week against Besiktas. I think it'd be fantastic to see him play. And for a player that was playing non-league football 18 months or so ago, for him to be, in contention of starting for one of the top Premier League teams, that's fantastic to see from my point of view. So in terms of lineup, I would start the same. Jimenez up top, Jota and Traore. I really want to see those three go at West Ham and really punish. Their back four can be really, really shaky at times. And as I say, with that backup goalkeeper, I think we've really got to try and test him. Neves and Moutinho actually making that midfield two look a little bit more solid this year. Last year when we played it just did not work. But this year, I think with the balance of strength now and quality that we've got and team cohesion, it just seems to be working a lot better. Johnny and Doc, and as I say, Saiz, Cody and Donk, and the big man Rui Patricio in goal. Really hoping that Wolves can get 3 points from this game. It would be huge if we can just start to close the gap between us and the top four and open the gap between us and the rest of the teams below us as well. Because coming up to Christmas, it's a really busy schedule and we've really got to do it. I'm going to go with my vintage 2-1 Wolves prediction. I think I've said it every week this season, to be honest, but 2-1 Wolves. I'm hoping that we can get a win and Jimenez to score, as always. It's just a Jota is due a goal, though. Let's say Jota and Jimenez, 2-1 Wolves. Put your house on it. Don't really. As I say, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, guys. And until next time, I'll see you all very, very soon.